Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another session of the Trial of Hearts. I am your humble host and DM, Maris Aurum. This is my homebrew D&D slash Good Society mashup campaign. And as per the usual, we are going to start off with a round of player introductions, starting in the top left-hand corner, Sif.
It's me, Sif underscore VTuber. Really middle of the pack reputation guy here. If you look at my little reputation tracker under me, I do art, I play games. I'm very happy to be back again as Gwyn. I can't really make the lawful evil joke anymore. We're in the end
You
game, but
you really
He's
can't.
reformed.
Yeah, character
gay
growth.
ass Birdman here to end a monarchy.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Siv. And next we've got Lily.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lily. I am an artist that draws a lot of D&D stuff, as well as I run my own campaign, Mistwalker Spectrum of Eternity. The first 18, I never get this right, 18 episodes out on YouTube. So if you like post-apocalyptic gay people doing stuff, yeah, that's the campaign, I guess.
What more you asking for?
Yeah, what more you asking for, really? But as for tonight, I play Topaz Stoneheart, the fashion designer, jewel crafting, gender fluid disaster that is constantly going through emotional things because, yeah, they're not very good at this.
Going through emotional things. That's what this game's all about, baby. Thank you, Lily. Next is Vesper.
Hello, I'm Vesper. Normally I am a bat or a bat humanoid, but tonight I am playing Oleander, our favorite disaster deer who has his nose in every single dark corner looking for the truth right now. And when I'm not normally playing Oleander, my other D&D things are Heroes of Heterodoxy, which is whenever we defeat the final boss as scheduling. And I am a lore consultant over on Comet Tales, but that just means I am the torture consultant. And
which is so true because I now know a little bit about what Valentine's about to go through, so nervous.
Listen, I only changed one thing. He kept me from making it worse, though.
Oh gosh. So if it were in your hands, oh boy. Well, you know what? What goes around comes around. Maybe I'll get to torment you today as well. It's all fair game. It's all fair game.
I think it's all right on the docket.
Thank you, Vesper.
Your boyfriend.
Yeah. Thank you, Vesper. And next we have Arissima.
Hello, I'm ArestheHarpy playing Luella. I do streams, I do games, I do other things, lots of art, rigging, drawing, blah blah, blah blah. And today I'm going to be a problem.
I thought you were going to say a bird, but that is also accurate.
I am also going to be a bird.
A bird! Although I guess bird is your natural state of being, so that's kind of already just stating the obvious.
I'm always bird.
Always bird.
It's not a self-insert, it's a different bird.
Different bird. Very important distinguisher fact. Thank you, everyone, and we will now move on to our session recap, just because it has been a little bit since we last played. So, last time on the Trial of Hearts, Diamond treated Topaz to an afternoon at the local tea house, a fine establishment for not just tea and pastries, but local gossip as well. They talked business, fashion, caught up on the events at Hololight, but most notably, Diamond dug deep to gain a better understanding of Topaz's relationship with Essie and Gwyn. She encouraged Topaz to have an honest conversation with Essie, who, of the three of them, seemed to have the most trouble talking about his feelings. They overheard some gossip being spread throughout the tables, rumors circulating about Topaz, Gwyn, and Lapis, which rattled Topaz pretty bad, but Diamond's final piece of advice to Topaz was that gossip is free publicity, and all talk is good for business. Having returned to the Blushing Peony with Mr. Darcy, Essie, still disguised as the human man Estelle, pulled Gwyn aside for a private conversation. They walked to the nearby park, and Essie expressed his concerns about the particular kinds of promises that Gwyn had been making to Topaz. Promises of a, quote, kinder world were impossible by Topaz's standards, and Essie was worried Gwyn would run himself ragged trying to make Topaz happy. But in response, Gwyn asked Essie, well, what kind of world do you envision after your revenge has been enacted? And with Cornelius dead, what kind of Wishborn would they build from his ruin? To which Essie admitted that he had not given the idea much thought, and Gwyn assured him that from the chaos of Cornelius's assassination, they would create a far greater Wishborn together, and in doing so, Essie's revenge would then be complete. Essie also pointedly asked Gwyn if he was purposefully stringing Topaz along. After all, not days ago, Gwyn had asked Essie to run away with him, and Gwyn replied with equal frankness that even though his past is muddied with manipulation, the thought of using the people he cared about now pained him, and the two made a promise to remain with each other and Topaz, and they shared a kiss. At the end of the day, Diamond gathered the party for a meeting in her home, demanding full transparency as to their intentions in the capital. Luella was very forthcoming about their plans and their intent to stage a coup against the crown, and Essie divulged the entirety of the mystery behind Bastian's lineage and Isolde's murder, and Topaz requested permission to use Diamond's printing presses for resistance pamphlets and negative reviews of the upcoming performance of Queen of My Heart, the homage play to Cornelius and Isolde's great love. Collectively, everyone agreed that utilizing Diamond's printing press, Rook's tabloid sheets, and the local tea houses are their best options for circulating their rumors about the royal family and discrediting Bastian. Their meeting adjourned for the evening, Topaz bumped into their ex-boyfriend, Mr. Darcy, who, as they had just recently discovered, is now employed by Diamond as her accountant. They had an awkward catch-up but parted on agreeable terms, though they had an unfortunate separation. They are each now happily situated with their new respective partners. A new day began. The party sent and received letters. Some notable bits of writing include, first, the revelation of the names of Oleander's mysterious ledger for the crystal sword, from the celestial cartographer to the rising sun. Oleander also received an invitation to meet with Prince Alto. Luella received a separate invitation to meet with Princess Adora, and Gwyn received summons to return to Queen Calpurnia, who was less than pleased at his premature resignation. Oleander kept his appointment with Mesathene, his former professor, where she again tried to convince him to leave the matter of royal conspiracies well enough alone. Discoveries are one thing, but so rarely are they worth someone's life or social ruin. Undeterred, Oleander asked for her advice in connections to discredit the upcoming theater performance, and shared his latest news about the Crystal Sword Ledger, though she did not seem to recognize either of the names mentioned. And finally, Topaz approached Essie, emboldened after his conversation with Diamond, wanting to find the truth of Essie's feelings. He finally opened up, confessing a fear for the future, a shame for caring more about revenge than love, and a despair for being unable to split his heart in two for Topaz and Gwyn. Most importantly, Essie confessed the sheer depths of his feelings, that he fears his heart, the most vital and sacred piece of his whole being, no longer belongs to him anymore. And that is where we pick things up. A new day begins, and you'll see that your reputations have changed. It's been a while since that has happened, because you had been spending a few quiet days in White Blossom Grove and out of the public view. But now you are back very much in public interest at the capital, and so your reputations have changed. I will go around in order and let you know the changes. Gwyn, you have decreased back down to neutral territory because you see, despite the continual circulating rumors about you and your many love affairs, so soon after your recent split from Mix Stoneheart, you were seen in the park in the arms of another man, a stranger at that. What's up with that? People wonder. So, your reputation has decreased, I fear.
Gotcha.
Topaz, you are also in neutral, but you have increased to neutral. You kept a level head in the face of boundless gossip in the tea house, and of course, jumping off of Gwen's reputation as well, there's plenty of sympathy for you circulating as well since your unfortunate breakup with Gwen, and he's already been seen in the arms of another man, so people feel a little sorry for you. And
I got pity reputation.
You do. You got pity reputation.
He's still my boyfriend.
I cannot wait for like the reveal of the relationship and then people going, wait, that's right, Topaz is a Stoneheart. They would have multiple partners.
Apple tree, you know. Oleander, your reputation has again increased. You are at a +2. For good or for bad, this recent rumor about your true identity has started to pick up, and the more it circulates, the more people are talking about you. There's a distinct air of mystery about you, and it makes it a little more difficult for others to get a read on you. So, I'm going to give you a choice. Usually I tell you what you get advantage in, but I will give you the choice today. Would you prefer advantage on deception or persuasion?
I think I will take persuasion.
Persuasion. Very good. And Luella, your reputation has decreased to -1. People are wondering why in the world you suddenly closed up shop. Loyal clients are quite upset that their legal issues are being put on the back burner for reasons unknown. So your reputation, unfortunately, has gone down as people are having some not quite so nice things to say about you and your business. Similarly, I'm going to give you a choice with what to do with this. Would you like advantage on insight or intimidation?
I would prefer insight today.
Very good.
At least it wasn't the firings.
That, you know, I didn't specifically mention that, but that does kind of fall into it. You've got a lot of annoyed laid off workers right now.
And they'll get over it.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It's a growing market. They'll find
Just
jobs.
throw them a pizza party and tell them they're appreciated. And
Yeah.
The economy is literally about to go heads up right now.
They're not laid off. They're
faith.
just on furlough. It's okay.
It's fine.
Wincoin is going to
It's
go to
fine.
the moon, baby.
They can get unemployment checks. It'll all work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, your reputations are set. A new day has begun. We are going to start off in the morning at Diamond's house, the Blushing Peony. Gwen, what are you doing this morning?
Oh, wait, yeah. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, you cut out there for a bit.
Oh, I just asked, what are
Oh.
you doing this morning?
You know, I don't have a job right now. I'm enjoying my unemployed life. I'm gonna go to the courtyard to relax and enjoy some fresh air with a nice cup of tea.
Aw, that sounds delightful, and I'm about to ruin it for you. So, you're enjoying you're late morning. You find yourself with not much to do, and it's kind of foreign to you. It's been a while since you've had a morning where you didn't need to get up absurdly early for whatever reason. You don't have paperwork to fill out. You don't have royal guards knocking at your door at all hours of the day asking for, orders and whatnot. So it's very quiet. It's very pleasant. You're enjoying your cup of tea. You can hear Diamond's got like a fenced-in garden, so it's relatively private, but you can still hear, the bustling of the city on the other side of the fence, people coming and going on sidewalks and whatnot. But as you're sitting in your chair, Damus is going to approach you, and he sees that you're in a state of relaxation, that you don't particularly pay him much mind as he approaches. And so this poor man just kind of awkwardly stands there until you acknowledge him.
A little clink of the tea hitting the saucer. It's going, Damus.
Sir Gwyn, good morning. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Nothing is going on as of this moment, and that is the beauty of it. Now, we're friends. You're among safe company here. You don't need to apologize for speaking to one of us. Puff your chest out. Tell me what you would like.
He pauses awkwardly a little bit, kind of inhales deeply, and like puffs up his chest out a little bit, but he's holding his breath, and so he's not like talking as as he does so. And then finally just right, I don't know if I really care for that. But I was wondering if I could ask you for a favor.
Of course, no one's demanding of my time yet.
Well, it's just Can I be honest with you, Sir Gwyn?
I have trouble imagining you as anything but, my dear Damus.
Well, we're about to do some particularly frightening things in the near future, very near future, and upset a lot of powerful and frightening people. We're gonna be making a lot of enemies very quick, I think. And I've never encountered a situation quite like this before, and I would like to be as prepared as possible. And even at the trials, facing you and Captain Wild was frightening enough. I don't think I'd stand a proper chance against a foe who actually wants to kill me or hurt me in any way. So I was wondering if I could get your help and learn a few tricks, tips to defend myself.
Why me, Damus?
Well,
I don't... Go ahead.
well, you're the best fighter.
Yes, the best fighter, but there are many different ways to fight. Topaz has their own style. You're very familiar with Oleander's. I'm sure Essie has their own tricks, could be similar to your own, given, well, the nature you two share. Why specifically the way I fight? I won't stop at just tips, you know. I will drill it into you.
Kind of swallows uncomfortably and looks at his feet for a little bit. Well, because I think it's because of that exactly. I know that you won't go easy on me.
So that means no matter what training I put you through, you'll stick through it for the sake of your own safety, if not that of Oleander's or the others?
I will certainly try.
Okay. Stand.
Oh, right now? Oh, okay. And he'll still stand up.
Our time is free in this moment. Our combat will happen in the moment. There's no prep, no workout routine. I'm not training you like the other palace guards. You aren't a soldier, Damus, that I know. But we need to figure out how you can fight. So here, and then he takes out his rapier and then hands it like hilt towards Damus.
He will accept it very hesitantly. You can tell this because Damus has used blades before. You've seen him fight with dagger weaponry, but this is another weapon entirely. Damus has never actually had to like really fight before. So he takes the hilt in his hand and holds it very awkwardly and kind of looks at you expectantly.
Gwyn is going to be using the sheath of the blade to adjust him, batting against his posture, like straightening out his back, lowering his arm, raising his other arm that doesn't have the sword hand to sort of counterbalance the weight. Stay like that.
Okay.
And just breathe.
Okay.
I want you to try thrusting, slashing. If you wish to punch with the hilt, go for it. But you need to be comfortable swinging the damn thing.
What if I hurt you?
That is what we would want.
Oh, right.
We're in a nice estate. I'm certain I'll be fine.
Okay.
If you want to try to hit me, I just wanted you to swing, but if you want to try to hit me, by all means, go ahead. But try aiming for this as he then holds the sheath up like it's a makeshift sword as well.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a rapier in his inventory real quick. We're gonna see how this plays out. If Roll20 wants to load. There we go.
Let's go, Davis.
Use those class features. I know you got them. I can sniff them on you. I can smell them.
He's gonna take a few practice swings. And he got a 15.
Mm-hmm.
So he's actually doing significantly better than you probably presumed of Damus, this absolute wet rag of a man. And you can tell he's concentrating very hard on each of your instructions. Nothing about his movement feels natural per se. It's very calculated, very precise. He's thinking way too hard for it to ever be good in actual combat, but he actually looks... His form is actually pretty good.
You have a more natural talent for this than you would have thought. It gives you a good head start. No, we don't have the time to train your endurance or really make you magnanimous in any feature, but you have a brain, Damus. I don't think you're quite aware of how you're using it, but you are using it.
Oh, well, thank you, I think.
I'm sorry, it's, the snide coming in me. I used to train the twins.
Oh.
Yes. Now, it seems you're comfortable with the blade. Were there any forms of combat that you would have used in the trials had you been given the chance? Do you know any magic? Do you have poisons?
I have a few potions at my disposal that I can make ahead of time, but I have to. Their potency only lasts for so long. I have to get the right ingredients and dosages, but I can whip up a few things. As for...
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
As for magic, it's difficult to say, but I think because of my blood, I have some healing properties. Well, that one I know for sure, but even outside of, the consumption of blood, I think I could funnel that energy to a little bit of healing. Perhaps, and he pauses for a moment, perhaps that energy could be used in other ways, too.
I'm not familiar with the use of blood in combat, outside of the more traditional sense in blinding. But I'll tell you this, Damus. In comparison to the people we'll be fighting, you are weak.
Oh.
And that is nothing that in itself is a strength.
I fail to see how it is.
Look at me. Look at my light frame. Do you think I could survive a single direct blow from a large weapon?
I don't know. I saw how you fought with Skalm. You seemed to fight him off well enough.
Because it's a dance. I fight with my weaknesses in mind, and that is my strength. Damus, you may not have noticed it, but you were planning your strikes just now. You were aiming, you were predicting. You need to do that in a battle. Not just with your blade, every option you have. You need to win no matter what. If that means deflecting blows, if that means using bait, if that means cheating or doing anything dishonorable, you will do it to win.
Huh. I think this is all a bit more involved than I had initially anticipated.
Well, Damus, we are going to be doing a very involved thing in the coming days. And you need to be there with us. You need to be there. What do you expect will happen when we confront your master?
He kind of pales at that question. I don't know. I'm honestly really scared to see him again.
What do you think will happen? Fear is the fear of the unknown. Fear is you don't know what will happen. But if you do know, you can address it. So what do you think will happen when we meet him?
I worry that he's powerful enough to hurt my friends. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you're all very capable and clever and strong, all of you. But what if it's not enough?
You're right, Deimos. It might not be a fear the others are seriously considering. Most of them are combatants who don't realize that every fight could mean death. Training or not, you could die with the wrong swing of a blade. An accident could happen even now.
He gingerly
But that
puts the
is-
rapier down as you say that.
No, Gwyn is going to stop him and raise the blade up with his sheath. That is what makes it worth it. Deimos, do you want to live in fear of that man your whole life? The man who seeks to control you, take advantage of you, hold you away from society, from people, from those you care about.
No, now that I've seen new places, met new people, I don't think I could ever go back.
And say it with conviction. What is it that you want to fight for? To win for?
I want to fight for myself. I've never had that choice before.
A cause that only the truly strong can see. Then fight. Continue. And Gwyn will tap the blade away and resume a dueling stance to get Deimos back into the swing of things.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna give him one more swing. We'll see how he goes.
Hit me.
16.
Oh,
he improved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yes, it seems like your words have encouraged him a little bit, and he stands a little taller. And you kind of notice that Deimos is a relatively tall and lanky guy. He just kind of stoops to make himself smaller. How tall are you, Gwyn? Remind me.
I think Gwyn's 5'8", 5'9". You know height is my weakness, Max.
Yeah. No, but you find that he's actually a good few inches taller than you when he actually stands to his full height. And gives you a solid blow against your mock rapier.
Good.
It feels a little better.
Hold on to that feeling. And keep practicing in your own time. As Gwyn will turn the sheath around and slide it onto the blade for him.
How do you...
Out of character, can I just give him the rapier and just say that Gwyn gets another one from somewhere else?
Yeah, sure, you absolutely could. I will keep that in his inventory.
He
But
does not take it back.
He's going to look at the sheathed rapier in his hands, and he looks at you with and you've seen this look before, these bright-eyed, young, usually fighters, but in this case it's Deimos. And he looks at you with a sense of respect and admiration. And as he's sort of taking you in, really probably for the first time considering you, how do you do it, Sir Gwyn? You're always so confident, or at least sure of yourself. I can't ever imagine you as a beginner. Or if there was ever a time that you weren't sure of yourself.
Amos, one day, I will tell you my story. But from how low I started, I could not afford to slip up. You see, Damus, I have a dream. I see in the distance a night sky illuminated by a kingdom of my own, a people of my own. And a true king, a monarch, a conqueror, whatever title I should hold in the future, cannot allow himself to be anything less than what I am now. Like, imagine, like, just like this description of that sort of like takes Damus away from the scene to envision Gwyn's own dream of that castle in the sky. And Gwyn's got his hand outreached to him, but even though he's shorter, it looks like he's higher up in the mind space.
You would make yourself king then, after all of this.
Mm. There was a time when I would force myself upon that throne, but I feel in the world that is right for us to usher in, I will have the same people that were willing to stack their bodies for me to climb, instead be the people who would lift me onto the throne of their own volition. I will not forcefully take it. I will earn the people's choice, the people's dreams, to pursue my own.
I can't speak to who you were in the past, Sir Gwyn. I only know you as I see you now. But for what it's worth, I know that I don't have a particularly worldly view, but I think if anyone could be a good king, I do think you could do it.
I know that even if I were to somehow falter in such a position, I have very, very special people in my life that will hold me true.
He smiles at that, kind of like a little bit of a dopey smile, like he's relating to you in that regard. And he just kind of nods. Yes, of course, I see how close you are with Stoneheart and Essie. I think that, well, the both of them are quite strong-willed in their own regard. I think they will be good for you should you decide to no longer be a good king for some reason.
I see how you want to do your best for yourself, for Oleander's sake, at the very least. How he's pushed you to be more cognizant of your own value. So in honor of those people in our lives, let us continue to do our best.
Yes. Thank you, Sir Gwyn. I will keep practicing.
By all means. And Gwyn will sit back down and enjoy his now cold cup of tea, watching over Damus. Hey, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet now, and that is a good touch on the end.
he trips over his feet as he practices his footwork, but the kid's got spirit. All right. Oleander.
Yes.
Yes, you also wish to see Damus, and a couple of others, I believe, wanted to do a bit of a shopping venture. So I will ask, we'll do Oleander first, since you are initiating this little scenario. What are you doing this morning?
Oleander is probably like preparing due to the influence of the now burgeoning fake moon cult. He has been working on an educational, kind of like a puff piece essay, but it's also kind of like academic shade against the kingdom and how we might have accident god king-esque religion around the Cornelius era. Maybe he's not sure where he's taking it yet because he's smarter than me. And he has probably he has probably sent out a letter to Madame Bobby as like, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna visit you tonight. Yeah, make sure he doesn't want to stop all the activities of the day, but he wants to know, hey, I'm bringing presents because like it's been a while since I've seen you. I can't wait for the tea type of letter. and he also is like, send this to Alto. I don't have any. I don't want to involve the Rogues Guild right now. The Rogues Guild too busy.
Gotcha.
The Rogues Guild too busy to be slipping into the palace right now.
Okay. So yeah. And you are working on your article. You send out your letters to Madame Babia, and where do you go from here?
Oleander has probably realized, oh wait, it's kind of late. If I'm going to get gifts, I need to go shopping. And he kind of like gets all nice and puts on like nice like shopping clothes, but like he knows he's gonna be walking a lot, so it's like basically very much basic, not sweaty vest, basic, not very sweaty button up that has been opened nearly all the way down to the vest. And he kind of like calls for Damus and he's like, hey, I know you don't know the city all that well, Damus, but would you like to help me while I go shopping?
Of course. I'd be more than happy to. Just let me freshen up a little bit first. And you can see he's also kind of sweating. He's clearly been doing something. You may have heard some activity from like out the window. You thought you heard like movement going on, but didn't pay it much mind. Now you're like, what in the world is Damus up to? But he goes into the room, changes.
Oleander might have been taking some sneak peeks while Damus was like walking around the room. And he like kind of realizes, wait, I'm going shopping. I should bring them. And like he kind of like looks out the room to see if Topaz or Lapis are around.
Topaz, what are you doing this morning?
To be honest, I imagine after the moment with Essie, probably just chilled with him for a little while. Making sure that he was okay and stable. But eventually went to visit Lapis because Lapis has been kind of sad, and Topaz wanted to check in on her and just try and has an idea for cheering her up a little bit.
Yeah, you check in on Lapis, and Lapis she's currently in her room. It's still, relatively early in the morning, and she's doing her usual morning routine, primping, deciding her outfit for the day, so on and so forth. So, but when you enter her room, you find that she's, in front of her vanity, getting ready, but it seems half-hearted. There's a lot of wistful sighing happening.
I think Topaz would just speak up and say, I know when you do that, even if you don't vocally say it, so... You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just getting ready, for the day, and can't decide which hair ribbon I'd rather be wearing, so going about things a little slower, that's all.
And you got any big plans for the day?
She opens her mouth like she's about to say something, but then closes it, looks away. No.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that as a no. So, perchance would my most darling sister want to come with me to perhaps go on a little shopping therapy?
Her eyes sparkle. Renewed life has entered this young woman, and
You never know when you're going to need a new dress, right? And
that is so
I know you
true.
don't want to wear any of mine. We've
No.
already been through that.
No. I mean, no offense or anything. They're just
No, I'm taken.
not my style. Anyway, yes, I would love to go shopping.
Good.
And so the two of you and Oleander and Damus, you cross paths as you are both exiting the Blushing Peony.
Where are you guys headed?
Doing a little bit of shopping therapy, in fact.
Shopping therapy.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually about to go shopping. I need to show Damus around town, and I have some gifts to get for a friend of mine.
Is that so?
Do you need
Yes,
some shopping
obviously.
therapy too?
I don't need shopping therapy, but I think Damus... Is Damus still wearing the same thing from day one?
Yeah. Oh, Damus could absolutely use some shopping therapy.
I don't know if it's much therapy if he hasn't even...
What?
Poor man only has one outfit.
That's not true. I have two now.
Oh, sorry, the one that I lent you as well.
Yeah.
But for the day-to-day, I know I fixed up all the patches in your current ensemble, but you may want to invest in at least... Well, I know it'll be my treat.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do. I'm just happy to come along. And
No, I don't want to
Lapis.
see you
At this
wearing...
point, Lapis wraps her arm around Damus's. They lock elbows, and she goes, "No, we're treating ya." I can see I no longer have a choice in this matter, so I guess I guess that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Tis fine.
Oleander kind of gives this big smile. It's like, yeah. Gives this big smile that says, yes, this is perfect.
All right, the four of you head out into the town. Where would you like to go first for your shopping?
Oleander is definitely visiting a few little hobby shops because we'll just say Oleander knows the workers over at Madame B's enough to be like, I know their hobbies, so I can just grab a few things real quick. And like he'll stop. I'm assuming there's going to be an extended stay at the fabric store, though, if we want to do that. The fabric and sewing shop.
That is a
I
fair assumption.
I imagine probably what would happen is you would start going into those shops, and then Lapis would be like, "Can we just take him? Like, we're gonna go ahead to a dress slash like fabric slash."
Lapis really be like, "I'm stealing your boyfriend. Bye."
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be like, y'all ask, I turn around, y'all not even there.
You're gone. Gone.
I think my boyfriend was just kidnapped. And like we'll get and assuming I'll eventually get to the store where my boyfriend is being held captive by two criminals.
Now, Oleander, while you have a moment alone by yourself, was there anything specific that you wish to procure?
Oleander is definitely probably heading towards at least the warehouse. He wanted to show Damus one of the rogues' warehouses, and like he wouldn't have mind showing Topaz or Lapis either, but knowing that he's not going to have their attention for the next hour, so he just goes on ahead by himself to procure the very lovely, probably illegal cigarettes Madame Bobbia loves.
Her very particular brand.
From the rogue warehouse. Or well, I'm assuming with how the town is built, it just looks like a regular residential house, and then under the house is the warehouse.
Yes. While you're perusing and browsing, I want you to make me a perception check, please.
Oh yeah, why is my wisdom so low? I'm a smart thief. I am not a perceptive one. Oh, what is that?
That's a 10.
Oh, that's a 10.
So, as you're perusing and you're shopping, there's a few guild members who are out and about as well. They're, some are there for shopping purposes like you, others are running the stalls, others are security. There's a fair amount of people down here. You don't see anything, but you get the heebie-jeebies, like your skin prickles, that someone is particularly watching you.
Oh, that's not good. Not my house. Why am I getting heebie-jeebies in my own house?
Yeah.
Oleander kind of like begins looking around because like someone's failing their sneak checks if I'm getting the heebie-jeebies.
As you turn to look around, your eyes scan your surroundings. You don't see anything. Things seem as normal as things can be in a illegal warehouse of ill-gotten goods. But just when you start to go, must have been nothing, you feel a little pinch on your deer flank. And you turn around, and you see Lycaris.
Oh, that's why I have the heebie-jeebies.
Yes, you see Lycaris, your younger sister. She's the human, about average height. She dresses in very eclectic but monochromatic dark attire. A lot of patchwork, a lot of articles of clothing spliced together. She's got that sort of classic like rogue's belt of like various sundries of like all kinds of gadgetry and pockets full of stuff, and kind of cropped hair, like shoulder length. She clearly like cuts it herself, and just chemically bleached, like ye old chemically bleached hair, from various alchemical incidences gone wrong. And she just looks up at you with this shit-eating grin. Was wondering when you would stop by.
Oleander has this very, like, angry older brother look from the pinch, but then he kind of lets the smile loose and wraps his arms around her. You know, normally, saying you is trouble, but not today. And he, like,
Trouble? When have I ever caused trouble?
well, there was that time you nearly poisoned the whole guild, and just the explosive digestive problems afterwards.
They got over it, so everyone had the shits for a few days. What, like that's my fault?
Yes, it is, like.
Anyway, you've been in the capital for about 27 hours now. What's the deal? You haven't stopped by?
I'm busy doing things that I can't talk
I'm
about.
busy with your new boyfriend. Busy.
This coming from the woman who spent 3 days locked in her room with a hallucination because she sniffed her poisons too hard.
Okay, but like that was different. Okay, that was so different.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. And she leans against you and gives you a big squeeze of a hug.
You were the one in my room, wasn't it?
I was just checking on things.
You were stealing my plants for your poisons again, weren't you?
No, I was not stealing your plants. I was stealing the dirt from your plants.
It's not. Does Dad know you're here? He kind of like separates immediately. He's like, "Does Dad know you're here?"
Does Dad know I'm here? Yeah, Dad knows I'm here. Dad knows everything.
True. Not like you could keep your existence secret if you're right in the middle of the warehouse.
Mm-hmm. Besides, if I didn't want you to know that I was here, you wouldn't have seen me.
I don't know, I've never been the most perceptive of us.
True. And you got that big old deer butt, so you can't be the one hiding either.
Hey, I'm pretty good as long as, there's enough coverage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, enough coverage, like a mountain.
You smell like every poison on Earth. You have no space to be talking, girl.
She looks down at herself, gives her clothes a little sniff, recoils a little bit, and goes, "All right, yeah, well, fair enough." Well, since you wouldn't come to me, I'm coming to you because, Dum-Dum, you forgot something. Aside from visiting us, which you forgot. But I won't hold that against you. Much.
I know, I have Dad for that.
And she reaches into her sack, her bag, that's slung over her shoulder, rummages around a little bit, and hands you, and you recognize the shape of this parcel. It's not like she's, like, hiding anything. But this clearly looks like, weaponry that has been wrapped up. And she hands it to you. Dad
Oh,
says you're
you're
gonna
nervy.
be getting in trouble soon, so you should probably take these.
I figured it'd be impossible to hide anything from Dad. Well, he smiles, grabs his arm around her shoulder before unwrapping the parcel.
Yeah, in the parcel are 2 +1 daggers.
Nice. I shall add those. I shall put that on my to add list. Two +1 daggers.
You're gonna put those to good use, right?
It looks like it's gonna be happening. He gives a good smile to her. I kind of wish it wasn't, but gotta be prepared.
Well, you know, if you have anyone else that you need to conveniently catch the shits, you know who to talk to. So I can help out if you want.
Lycos, you are the best poison maker in the world, and you are the first person I would come to for that.
She beams at that and tosses her hair over her shoulder.
I'd ask if you want to come and see my friends, but I know you probably don't.
Oh, don't worry. I'll see your friends. They just won't see me. She gives a big toothy grin at that.
Aye. Thanks for keeping an eye on me, you and Plague.
Yeah, the difference between Plague and I, though, is the dude's an absolute worrywart. I swear, Dad has absolutely infected his brain.
Right? It's like he was the one who took all of Dad's personality, but you're the blood-related one. And I was the
Funny
one
how
raised
that
from
works,
birth, so-
right?
It is really the guild's in good hands, though. In Plague's hands.
Yeah, better his than mine.
Yeah.
You didn't have to agree that fast, damn.
You
she
you
gives
upset
you
me.
she gives you a playful little punch to your stomach.
I might be needing your help a little bit more. I might be needing some of those poisons soon.
All right. Hey, you know how to reach me. I know how to reach you, so, we'll see who figures shit out first.
It's a race then. Like when we were little.
Well, see you at the finish line then. Gives you another little playful 1-2 of a punch, and she'll slip back into the shadows.
Oleander gives a light nod, picks up the illegal cigarettes, and puts them into his bag. Make sure he isn't missing anything else before he leaves, because he knows how Lycris is.
Yeah. Give another perception check to see to check your bag, see how everything looks.
She's probably robbing out. Oh no, 16.
or we could call it an investigation. Yeah, but you got a good enough score. You start rummaging through your bags, and you find that she has stolen your ink pen.
She can keep it. I have others. I just give a smile as I notice the disappearance. She's always been a good thief. Not nearly as good as she is at alchemy, though.
Well, yeah, you can finish your shopping at the warehouse, and whenever you like, you can rejoin the others.
Yeah, I assume I'm coming back in the middle of a dress up montage.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
You see, Damus has like 4 bolts of fabric like draped over him. Lapis is fussing over him. The tailor is taking measurements. Topaz is probably giving orders to the tailor for not doing things to their standards.
Mhm.
It's quite comical. It's a comical scene that you have waltzed into.
I like to imagine just earlier in this whole process, like Topaz just asking Damus, like, so like, what kind of shirts do you like to wear
Um,
beyond just that one?
I guess anything that's comfortable, durable. In case in case I spill anything on it.
Those are your 2 requirements.
Yeah? Is that too much?
Nothing. No, I'm more so meant like what colors you might like. Any sort of. Do you want to have a deeper
white, I
V or
guess.
something like? Oh. Listen,
Or I guess black would hide stains better.
all of these statements are true, but Damus, you're being kind of boring with this.
What? Oh.
I mean, look at
I'm
Lapis over
sorry.
there. Look at Lapis. Lapis, how many colors are you playing with right now?
Well, I've narrowed it down to 6 or 7, but honestly, with his color and he's got a plethora of choices.
Indeed, he does. I mean, you could do something like a nice white shirt with a few buttons unbuttoned. Make sure to give a little peek of the chest.
Lapis
You do have a
comes
bit
back
of a-
over with like a big book of like fabric samples. How do you feel about florals? Damus looks at this big book of fabric swatches and just looks positively overwhelmed. This guy had no clue there were this many fabrics in existence in his life.
I mean, you can go with a bunch of different colors for the base, but then you also have to consider under the cuffs you can have a few other different colors and even a different style of neckline depending on what fits you best and what suits you the most.
Oleander, you've come back.
Oleander it just walks in and is like, oh, how long have you guys been here?
Little while.
About an hour and 25 minutes, but I have not been counting.
Well,
I mean, Damus, if you want to keep something simple, you could always wear a dress.
No, I think no, breeches are fine, thank you.
Oleander gives a slight smile and like goes over to the fabric book because he is a gay man. And he's a gay man, and he is also like
Not to
been
perpetuate
trained.
stereotypes.
And he has been somewhat trained in disguise, and kind of like walks over to the fabric swatches, kind of like looks at Damus's skin tone for a little bit, and he flips to like this immediately to this like very dark, not dark, but like this very blood or wine red color.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think you look really nice in this. Oleander tries to say without blushing a little. And like he is doing his best to help, but he's also trying not to lead Davis in a way where he's like, I want you to dress up for me. Type deal.
That's a
Lapis,
good choice there.
Lapis is absolutely picking up what you're putting down, though. Damus may be oblivious, but Lapis is not. And so she leans in, gives like a Furbolg equivalent of a smug kitty face, and just goes, absolutely, yes, yes. The Merlot is an excellent color choice. Oh, you really, you think so? It wouldn't be too much? Oh, no, not too much at all. I think it'll look really nice on you. And she looks back at you, Oleander, gives you like a little wink, like, I got you.
And he gives a nod, like a nice button up, like you have right now.
Or perhaps you could go for something a little more classic. Perhaps something laced up in the front. Just a thought. I think you would know best. More so than me.
The laced up front is nice. Whenever you undo it, you can get a nice wide look at the chest. Very appealing.
Is it? It's not improper?
It depends on when you're with company. Of course, you're not gonna necessarily undo it unless that's just your type of person that you would like to be. But something tells me that you're not exactly the kind of person that wants to show as much skin as they possibly can.
You see, Damus, it's a gift for the people who are closest to you, if you catch my meaning. And
Exactly.
Davis goes as red as the fabric swatch that they're showing him. I think I understand. Thank you. Yeah, this will be nice.
That'll
And
do.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying that'll do. Now, I think that we probably need to also invest in getting you. Do you have your ears pierced?
No?
Nose pierced? Nothing?
No?
Do I have that set up back? I probably can get it set up.
Huh?
I think we'll. Oh, if you're gonna get your ears pierced,
Why would I get my ears pierced?
I mean, earrings can be very fashionable. Gestures to herself.
Well, yes, they suit you very nice, but not for me. I don't think it's a little flashy.
It doesn't. No, listen. You could earrings. All that stuff can be many sorts of different things. It doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be gaudy. Just like a nice little cunty earring or something like that. I think could do you very well.
A what?
A cunty earring.
Huh?
Why don't you take Damus to the to the jewelry shops? Let him see the entire selection.
Fair enough. Hard for me to push him in a certain direction.
Although, to be fair, I do think a little cunty earring would be a nice addition.
See, you get it.
I don't understand. What?
Oleander is just trying his best not to imagine Damus with gauges and being like,
oh no.
oh no, what if we turn Damus goth? I think that might be in character.
Oh, emo arc. But yes, you can finish your clothes shopping. You can peruse the jewelry if you wish, but is there anything else that you would like to do while you are out and about?
I think at some point Topaz will just pull Lapis aside for a bit, and just say, by the way, I wanted to apologize that all my stuff you've gotten all wrapped up in it.
She kind kind of
But I'm
furrows
sorry.
her brow at that. What are you apologizing for? I'd be a lot more upset if you were keeping secrets.
I mean, I know.
Which,
it's
mind you,
just-
you were for a while, but
I was.
I don't understand a lot of what's going on, and I know that I'm not skilled, I'm not helpful, but I'd rather know what my sibling's doing.
Right. And I'm sorry that I had to. But I just wanted to make it up to you, at least a little way.
She smiles. I am having fun.
Good.
It's...
Y-
It feels good to do some charity work. And she looks over your shoulder at Damus.
Mm-hmm.
Oleander
Indeed.
is currently showing Davis like some I don't want to say a boba tea stand, but the Victorian equivalent of a boba tea stand.
Ye old boba tea.
He's like, you can try whatever you want.
Damus is struggling to stab the straw through the drink, you know.
God. Yeah.
What is this anacrostic kingdom? It was made by alchemists. That explains the boba.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But Lapis will regard you again, Topaz. Just besides, it's nice to have a bit of a distraction.
Are you still thinking about Cordelia?
Yes. Is it bad? Yes.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't... You could go over there and...
I can't
Ask
go
her
over there.
out.
Oh, no. You don't just show up on the Lockhart's doorstep.
No?
No.
I don't...
I mean, their house is behind a giant gate, and no, it's just not done.
Okay. But if you could, you would.
I like to think I'd be brave enough.
Mm.
I do miss
Keep
her.
building up that confidence. I'm sure you'll get there.
Mm,
Or something will happen.
I don't know. I think it was nice while it lasted, but I mean, but
No, none of that. Why don't I get you two some tickets to the theater?
tickets to the theater.
Hmm?
But then she'd be seen with me.
And?
Well,
If you want to be with her, you're going to be seen with her a lot more.
no, I know that, but oh, what'll her family say?
Who cares? She does care for you. I don't think she would just give up off of that. I'm sure she's in her room right now thinking the exact same thing.
You think?
I do.
Mm,
I mean, you pulled her attention away from Essie. That is essentially what happened, so she wanted you more than she wanted Essie.
I mean, to be fair, she never wanted Essie in the first place, really. She was just kind of there
Oh.
for the sake of appearances.
Well, then that's even better, so she went after you above all else. She didn't come for romance or nothing.
red.
But you found it anyways. Oh, sounds awfully familiar to someone that I know.
Oh,
yes,
shut
that's me.
up!
No, I'm not gonna shut up. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
That's what bigger siblings do, right?
So you couldn't break off your own relationship, but you're gonna help me with mine?
I'm a better person now.
She gives you a sly smile at that. I know, Topaz. I know. Thank you.
Anything, it's returning the favor for so many nights that you had to listen to me fawn over wild.
Oh. So those days are soundly behind you then?
It's very much soundly behind me.
Great, so I'll just have to hear you talking about your two boyfriends now.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to
All the
hear me
time.
talk about my two boyfriends all the time?
No. We're having shopping therapy.
Okay, I'll back off. I'll get you this dress though for... It'll be good.
Lapis takes the dress that you're holding and goes over to the closest employee and just goes, "Excuse me, does this come in pink?" And
scene.
yeah, and scene. All is well. Anything else while you're out and about shopping? For any of you?
Any rumors that we've heard while we were out and about?
Any rumors? People are kind of talking about you. You hear a lot of whispering and name dropping of you, particularly because of this whole moon goddess cult thing that's going on. That's nothing new to you anymore, although it does kind of feel a little uncomfortable that people are just so openly talking about you while you are quite literally right there. That's something that you never quite got used to.
I was a cute girl for 4 hours and I have broken society.
Yeah. You were too good. Too good at being a cute girl. You hear, there's a buzz of excitement about the play, but at the same time, there's also, like, this kind of ho-hum attitude about it. Kind of what Mezzethine had mentioned during your meeting with her. This is a play that the Crown puts on every few decades or so. It's something that it's kind of like when you are like when you're a kid and you go to the same school assemblies every year. And so by the time you're in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, you're like, oh my God, I've seen this show like a million times. It's kind of like that, particularly for like the longer lived races of people. They're like, oh, this show again, whatever. So it's an interesting mixed reception to the show that's about to happen.
And it's like, they have that elf actor who's been in this play every single iteration for the past 3 centuries.
So weird, they won't recast Cornelius. So strange. It's the same guy.
Well, at least he has steady work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, that's all I want to know.
Cool. All right. Topaz, we'll continue down your day. So, after you return to the Blushing Peony, I imagine with just a cartoonish amount of shopping bags draped across your arm, you manage to squeeze into the door frame of the Blushing Peony, what would you like to do from this point on? The day is yours.
I imagine he would just go pretty much right away, still thinking about the last conversation with Lapis very, very acutely, and just go to grab Gwyn and Essie and try and string them along for something.
Yeah, I like to imagine, Gwen, you can, correct me if you'd rather be doing something else during this day, but I like to picture that you and Essie are both enjoying a quiet day. You, who hardly knows how to relax anymore, Essie, who knows nothing but relaxing. So I like to think that the two of you have been hanging out. You're starting to get a little antsy, whereas, Essie, this is a normal day for Essie.
I feel like every second Gwyn tries to go, it's like, I should check on Damus, or maybe there's something to do, and it's like, no,
Nope, sit down. Sit down.
So, like, they're just in the foyer.
Have a biscuit, you'll be fine.
They're in, like, the foyer or something like that, so you just see Topaz coming in with just, like, all these bags and say, oh, you two, can I grab you for a second? I need to drop these off upstairs real quick.
Certainly, yes. Did you enjoy your morning out?
Very much so. 1 second, I'll be right back. Just clunks up the steps, probably drops like a bolt of fabric on the way. And just runs back down and says, perfect. We need to go get tickets to the play.
Oh, the play. Yes, I suppose we do.
Well, fortunately enough, we don't exactly have to grab tickets. It's more so I just need to make sure that the Stoneheart's box is available for it, but it should be.
Well,
Any particular reason why you're so eager to take us out on a date?
Well, I thought that it might be good to, take a walk, maybe just have a nice time relaxing out and such. But I suppose you don't have to come along. It's just that I thought maybe you'd want to
no,
spend a
I
little bit
think it best if we come along. I think Gwen is ready to jump out of his skin.
Gwyn is perceiving. I want to insight check Topaz.
Huh?
Yeah. This is just come with me. There's nothing else going on, right? Or am I overreading?
Roll an insight.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, roll an insight.
Superiority die. 12. Battle master.
This is why we use superiority die, so we can insight check our boyfriend.
You can just see Topaz is just very excited. It's definitely not excited about the play. It's probably just after a little bit, they can't keep their mouth shut, and we'll just be like, also, I was out with Lapis, as well as Damus and Oleander, and Lapis was really worried about her relationship, or potential relationship, with Cordelia Lockhart, and I wanted to do something nice for her, and get her and Cordelia some tickets to the show. That way they could have a nice little first date, and then we deliver them to the Lockhart estate. And hopefully she accepts the invitation.
Oh, so we're chaperones.
When you say it like that, it does make it sound kind of bad.
I guess that would make the whole situation a bit more proper, though.
I mean,
If she's worried about being seen with Cordelia.
I can't imagine my presence helping with given rumors, but this sounds fun, and Essie is right. I am not enjoying molding the couch into my shape.
Perfect then. Well, maybe if we, I suppose, yeah. No, let's go.
Essie is going to, lean into you a little bit, Gwen, as you're exiting, it's not as bad as they make it out to be, right?
Is this in reference to the rumors about Gwyn, or... And is Essie asking, like, if any of it's actually true or, like, how, like, bad it really is?
He's
or...
sort of inquiring as to the scale.
There are rumors around me being with Estelle after just one short evening, so I imagine they will only continue to worsen.
Ah, that reminds me. And he grabs his disguise hat and, and puts it back on, assuming the guise of Estelle once again.
Topaz just looks back at them. I feel like this is going to make the rumor mill quite confused.
Let them theory craft. Let them hypothesize what's actually going on. It'll make the reveal that much better.
They think that we're no longer together, so this may dispel some of that, but it's... let them talk, I suppose.
Oh, goodness, we're just walking to the theater. There's nothing untoward about that.
You're right. Nothing untoward about that at all.
Well then,
I'm
let's start some gossip. And he starts to stroll out the street.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I just imagine they go up to the opera house or such, or the playhouse is, I assume, not too far away from where we are.
Yeah, this one is closer to the upper spires, so it's not too far of a walk. You can have a nice casual stroll up the winding spires, and as you approach the theater, the box office is open, and you can grab your tickets. There is a person behind the glass box office enclosure, looking, I would say a little bored, honestly.
Gotcha. Afternoon, Gerald.
Oh,
I was wondering if...
Mick Stoneheart, good afternoon.
I merely wanted to come by to inquire to make sure that my father hasn't taken the Stoneheart box for the opening night of your lovely next play that you're putting on.
Yes, it is quite open. I have to tell you that we won't be putting on our next swashbuckling show in quite some time, though. You're a bit early this season.
It's not for that. It's
No, you attend them every year like clockwork.
True, very true. What is the? Don't get distracted. No, I'm inquiring about the show that's starting next week.
Oh, yes, the Queen of my heart. Yes, you wish to purchase tickets for the show?
Well, at least reserve the box seats, the 6 of them.
Very good. Yes, opening night.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Yes, the box is open. Thank you, as always, to you and your father for being patrons of the arts.
You're most welcome. Topaz looks back at Gwyn and Essie with a smile on his face.
Far successful date.
But one more thing, Gerald. I was wondering if I know that there's that one box on the left-hand side of the stage that just fits 2 people. Is
Yes,
that one
the
open for
sweetheart box, yes.
If possible, I would love to purchase tickets for those for the same night.
He blinks at you and goes, it's a tight fit for 3 people.
Oh, no, not for us. It's for someone else.
I see. Very good. Yes, it is open and available. 2 tickets opening night for the sweetheart box. Very good. Yes. and you can see he's doing some mental calculations. That will be yes, carry the, that will be 250 gold.
Oh, perfectly fine. And just takes that out from their satchel and just hands it to him.
Very good. Thank you, as always, for being a patron of the arts, Mix Stoneheart. And he starts going through his thank you spiel.
Of course.
Hands you the 2 tickets.
What is the name of the next pirate play?
Oh, well, I'm not supposed to say quite yet, but it is a revival. Yes. The Pirates of Pendance.
Lovely. I look forward to it very much.
Yes. I as well. It shall be a wonderful show.
It's a classic for sure.
But you didn't hear it from me.
No, I didn't hear from you, Gerald.
Very good. Thank you, as always, for being a patron of the arts.
Topaz just walks back to the others, just like, easy enough.
Easy enough. You seem to visit this establishment quite often, Topaz.
Indeed. My father donates a large amount to the fund, to the foundation, and as such, we have a box named after us, and are free to visit it whenever we want, really.
My goodness, can you not give them even more money so they don't put on this horrific play?
I don't think that goes that deep, and I have to imagine our lovely king may take issue to the omission. I'm surprised it was only 250 gold for the other tickets for Lapis and Cordelia. It's quite cheap.
Yes, I could have offered to pay for that.
I mean, I was Go ahead, Gwyn.
Could you have?
Of course. 250, that's hardly anything.
I was expecting it to be at least 1,000.
But what I mean is, who? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on the host's name for the trials. I'm gonna.
Oh, Dame Leonora.
With your allowance from Dame Leonora.
Well, it's not quite an allowance. There's a fund set up, apparently, just in case that fallen stars happen to descend from the sky and then they're set for life, so...
I do think it would be quite amusing to see whoever oversees the budget, be it Dame Leonora, seeing a sudden charge of 1,000 gold for theater seats.
I mean, it's not that much.
Gwyn, you are starting to realize that you are dating a couple of trust fund babies. They are casually talking about spending money like it's nothing.
Maris, you know this man. You know what this Birdman has done for $5 behind Arby's. This man knows what he's...
It is staggering how little these two care about money.
With that taken care of, I suppose next step is the Lockharts.
Right. Well, off to spread more gossip, I suppose.
I mean, Gwyn, is it a good idea for you to come by? I realize I probably should have thought of that a bit more.
No, I'm coming. Your first instinct was to take me with you.
Naturally,
Don't overthink it.
I would like for you to go everywhere,
And
if possible.
And frankly speaking, great lords are hardly ever at home, so...
I certainly doubt he's going to be the one answering the door.
They certainly don't answer their own doors, that's quite right.
I will be more than happy to accompany you.
All right. The three of you head out. You climb the spire even higher because, to no one's surprise, the Lockhart estate is pretty close to the tippy top of the city. And you find a large, sprawling estate with a fenced-in, pristinely manicured set of grounds at the front, neat lines of trees and pathways, and it just feels very precise. Like, it's lovely to look at, but rather like a museum. Like, this is not a place that is to be touched or disturbed. So you make your way up to the front door of the estate. I presume one of you knocks on the door.
Mm-hmm.
After a few moments, you hear the pad of footsteps behind the door, and with a heavy lurch, the door opens just enough for a middle-aged, half-elf butler to peer around, and he stands with very erect posture, a very neatly pressed suit, slicked back brown hair, a little monocle perched on his nose, and he regards the three of you. Particularly eyes fall on Gwyn. He doesn't say anything. His expression doesn't change, but the eyes linger a little bit. And he looks to the three of you and simply extends a hand, palm up. Gwyn and Topaz at this time, can you make a little bit of insight check as to what this means?
As a 32.
Good lord.
I think the natural one is fitting. I'm not even going to superiority.
Yeah.
This is in character. This is in character for this.
Good lord, just a
The dice
casual
will reflect the
32.
roleplay.
Topaz, you get the distinct impression. Granted, your family does not abide by most of the rules of the nobility. Your father very much dances to the beat of his own drum, so to speak. And but you remember, as this butler extends his hand out, you remember most often people don't just show up at other people's houses unannounced. And so he is waiting for you to hand you a calling card. A gesture that you have intentions to speak to one of the Lockharts. Please, write me a letter at some time to make an appointment.
Topaz just completely ignored this custom.
Yes. So he is looking at you expectantly, palm extended.
Classic Topaz. Doesn't care about this kind of thing. No calling card. I merely wanted to deliver a gift to one Cordelia.
His palm, his hands and fingers sort of curl in on themselves, and he lowers his hand. I'm very sorry, that will be quite impossible.
And why would that be?
Miss Lockhart is not expecting anyone. Therefore, she is not expecting any gifts, and I cannot just accept them from... He regards you again. Anyone.
Well, that is awfully a shame, isn't it? She's not seen anyone, but even with all that, she is not able to accept anyone because they haven't made an appointment with her. These customs are such poppycock.
Be that as it may, I'm afraid without a appointment, you will not be received.
Well then, how might I make an appointment?
He extends a hand.
You simply want me to make a letter to hand to you?
A calling card. As I'm sure you can imagine, the Lockharts are all very busy.
Too busy to accept such important company as well.
Important company. His brows lift as though waiting for you to clarify.
My name is Topaz Stoneheart. And I'm accompanied here by Estelle and Sir Gwyn.
His eyes land on Gwen again. I'm very sorry, Mick Stoneheart, but I'm afraid I cannot receive you or your company.
So be it.
At this point, you hear steps behind this butler, and as the two of you are quarreling, the steps get closer, and you see behind this butler appears a young human man. He's got short, fluffy, curly hair. He's relatively tall for a human, broad shoulders, looks like the makings of a rather athletic build under his finely tailored outfit, dressed in a light blue velvet jacket and cream-colored breeches, tall boots like he's about to go riding, and he puts a hand on the butler's shoulder. It's all right, Cedric. Let them in. And he looks to the three of you. Gwen, you know who this man is. This is one Ezra Lockhart. And he gives the three of you a smile. Kind of similarly, the gaze lingers on you for a little bit, Gwen, but he doesn't say anything, and he keeps his expression very practiced. I apologize for the rude welcome, Mick Stoneheart, Sir Gwyn, and you are, sir? He looks at Essie. Estelle. Estelle. No last name with that? Essie is about to open his mouth to say something else, but Ezra just goes, in a little disapproving hum. Well, please, come in. Pay him no mind.
We appreciate your willingness to receive us, Ezra Lockhart.
Of course. Any friend of Sir Gwyn is a friend of mine. So, I'm happy to welcome you into my home. And he will lead you to a like a drawing room, a sitting room, but it's so much larger than it really has any right to be. Like, the furniture is like so far spread out apart that it feels very awkward to be sitting on this furniture and like still be like conversing with each other. You see, Ezra chooses not to sit down at all. He seems to prefer standing. And he's just kind of leaning against the mantle of the fireplace very casually, which is probably something you wouldn't expect of, this great lord of the Lockhart estate, to see him in such a casual manner. But he motions for you all to make yourselves comfortable. Can I get you anything? Anything to drink? Tea? Brandy?
And Topaz kind of gestures to Gwyn and Essie. It's like, I'll do my best to handle this kind of gesture. We weren't exactly planning on staying a long time. We simply wanted to drop off something for Cordelia, if that would be all right.
Oh, you're friends with Cordelia. That's good. That's good. She needs friends.
She was one that we talked to a few times during our escapades at the trials.
I see. You were both there then. Yes, of course. I do believe that I read something about that. No matter.
Have you?
No matter. I'm sure that, well, people speculate all kinds of things, don't they?
Indeed. Not all of it true.
Well, glad to hear it. Yes, if you're here to see Cordelia, I'm afraid she's not here at the moment. I could relay a message, though. I'd be more than happy to do so.
Of course. The gift that I had in mind for her, was more so an invitation to come to the opening night of the next show. With a ticket. Quite simple.
I see. And you all wish for her to go with you?
Not so much with us, but rather with, another person that she met at the trials.
Ah, that is, I must confess, a bit of a relief. You see, while I'm sure that you are a lovely person, Mick Stoneheart, I cannot in good conscience permit my sister to go out and be seen with Sir Gwyn.
And kind of just like he's not looking directly to like kind of hide his expression, but he kind of smirks at that.
But Sir Gwyn is such an amiable man.
That he
Sure.
is. And therein lies the problem.
I understand that there are plenty of rumors flying around with the two of you, but this is not about the two of you. This is about your sister.
And who might this person be who will be seen with my sister?
My sister Lapis.
Lapis. You see, he's trying to recall as if this is a name he's meant to know. I'm afraid, Mick Stoneheart, that I am unfamiliar with this name. A relative of yours, to be sure, but What are their qualities?
She's one of the funniest and sweetest girls that I've ever known. We've been together. Well, she's younger than me, but the two of us have been like two peas in a pod for as long as she's been alive. Loyal, caring, and would make sure to defend the honor of any person that she calls a friend.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, God. It's an 11. It's above the average.
His smile does not change. You get the feeling that very much like Essie, this is a man who has gotten very good at hiding his true emotions. So while he looks very polite, it's difficult to read him behind that polite smile. Amiable qualities, to be sure, but I regret to say those are qualities that I should think most people have. Being funny and amiable, loyal, I should think that's the foundations of a decent person. A friend of my sister must be truly accomplished.
And what would it take to be truly accomplished for someone such as yourself? Or for your family, I suppose, would be the better question.
Well, a name doesn't hurt. Recognition. A certain kind of education, perhaps. A demeanor. There must be someone who is good for her, after all.
I fail to see how you would be the person to try and judge who would be good for her, more so than herself.
One sibling makes the mistakes that they don't want to see the other make.
Can I make an insight check on him?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I'm trying to figure out if this is all basically disguised shade at Gwyn.
Go for it.
Dirty 20.
You are fairly confident that a lot of his particular jabs have very much been directed towards Gwen or at Gwen's expense. That last comment particularly was you can tell this is about Gwen.
Yeah. Ezra. You don't need to be keeping your sister's happiness at the expense or away because of past relationships that you may have had. That's not fair to her.
He looks taken aback by this. His demeanor shifts a little bit. There's a little tick to his polite smile.
Listen, I don't know exactly what it is that's happened in the past between the two of you, but I see no reason why that should get in the way of the happiness of a dear sister that you seem to hold in such high regards, apparently. In spite of the fact that you seem to be getting in the way of her happiness at every single turn, in order to satisfy your own personal vengeance, perhaps, against a man who has slighted you?
Mix Stoneheart, let me be perfectly clear. If your friend here looks over to Sir Gwyn, has not been forthcoming as to the manner of our history, then I fear you don't know this man very well at all. So I will leave the judgment of character to my own particular expertise, so that my sister does not fall down the same shameful hole that I have.
Ezra, have you seen anyone since our time together?
I
Or
fail
have you
to
stayed
see.
cloistered up like this?
I fail to see how that matters to you anymore.
In this particular case, in regards to your sister and the people she would like to meet, it does. You do realize not everyone is like me, right?
I should hope not.
You said it yourself. Your sister is lacking in companionship, friendship. If it pleases you, their sister gave me the same scolding that you are doing right now. At the trials, at least.
Gwen,
It's true.
make a persuasion check.
I'm going to use persuasion
Oof.
and a superiority die for a little bit of sauce for a
Oh my God.
dirty 29. Yeah.
Jeez.
Prioritize your sister. This is about another person. We can handle our beef in our second.
He exhales a little, runs his hand through his hair to correct himself, resumes his casual posture. So, she stood up to you then?
Yes.
Gave you
Quite
a
staunchly, I would say.
scolding, you said?
In regards to this one, as Gwyn then grabs Topaz's hand in front of Ezra. Making it very clear what he was being scolded on.
His eyes go to your hands. And back to you, Gwen. And then back to you, Topaz. I see. You mean to tell me that because of this particular Stoneheart, you just decided to turn over a new leaf?
Well, it was a series of trials.
Womp womp. Womp
Trials
womp.
of the heart, you one might
Ezra.
say.
Ezra, let's put aside your sister for a moment, because I think if you are any bit the same sappy man I think you are, you do realize that you want what's best for her. So why are you letting your clearly lingering attachment with what we once had get in the way here?
There is no attachment, Sir Gwyn. Not since you so eloquently severed it.
I'm
But
glad
I see your meaning.
Ezra, I am sorry that I could not reciprocate what you wanted, but you and I both went into that relationship with a clear, defined expectation of transactional romantic experience. You knew what you were getting into. You had heard the rumors at the time. You knew how to find me. You knew what you were getting. And I was always one to take advantage of what I needed to win. But don't compare that experience to what I have now with these two.
Two?
This is Estelle. Like I said, there were trials, experiences. People encourage change in one another. And I'm sorry that the person you wanted me to be was not someone that you pulled out of me. I don't know if these words will help ease that pain, but it's a pain you shouldn't have to hold on to. Worse men than you have, and it has driven them to do stupid, stupid things. Don't start with letting down your sister like this.
He shifts his gaze from you, Gwyn. You can tell he opens his mouth a few times like he's about to say something and then decides against it, tries again, decides against it. He looks to Topaz instead and very simply extends a hand. I'll make sure she gets them.
Topaz will stand up, nodding, taking a deep bow to him, recognizing that he is definitely above her station, and hands one of the tickets to him. Says, "Thank you. I apologize if my words were sharper than you may be used to."
I'm not unused to wit, Stoneheart. If I was... well... I would never have attempted to conquer the man at your side.
It's less so conquering, but more so meeting them where they are and making sure that...
Spare me your
they're the best.
romantic ideology, Stoneheart. I have no interest in it. Now, was there anything else that I could do for you?
That is all.
Thank you for your visit.
Gwyn, are you ready to leave?
Gwyn stares back for a bit. I believe I am. Take care, Ezra.
I always do. He'll give you a curt bow in farewell, but he does not stick around to watch you leave. He exits the room first.
I think they would probably exit and just... Topaz takes a deep breath once they're like out of earshot of the estate and just say, "That was a bit more involved than I expected it to be."
You expected it to go well, did you?
Better than that.
I think that was about as good as we could expect.
I just can't say I was expecting Ezra himself to be our gateway through this.
That was surprising. After all, I did say that great lords usually are not at home.
Are you alright, Gwyn?
I'm fine. Honestly, I thought that went much better than I expected.
You sure know how to pick them, don't you?
Pick. I didn't have a choice back then. I did what it took. If they took advantage of that and got their hearts broken, that's really more on them.
Goodness. I had kind of forgotten about the more ruthless side of you that you used to have in some ways.
It's still there, Topaz, but I hope it won't be as brutal with you two by my side.
But you did choose us, correct?
I believe I approached you both and expressed quite deeply how I wish to be with you both, yes?
Mm-hmm. She's like kind of leaning on your shoulder, looking up at you. Just a little playful smile.
Gwyn will
And-
take his hand and just rub it through your hair.
And we accept your choice, and I choose you back.
Imagine the two of them turn to look at Essie. Or Estelle, excuse me.
What? You both already know my thoughts on the matter.
I mean, you are a mystery man out here. You could play around a little bit.
Yo, that butler is definitely spreading some gossip later. Holy fuck shit. um
All right. Anything else while you are out and about?
No?
All right. Gwen, your afternoon continues. You have a summons to meet with Queen Calpurnia, but I believe that you wished to invite a few people to join you.
Yes, I believe I said I wanted Luella and Oleander to be with me.
All right. You know what, Luella? What have you been doing today?
I think Luella has spent the day tending to some plants she's cared for, managing, the goings on at her workplace, preparing.
Scheming, yes, scheming, plotting, paperwork, yes, down with the bureaucracy. Gwen, you...
Why would a bureaucrat ever bring down bureaucracy?
Yeah. So you can forge a new one.
With more paperwork.
Even more paperwork. Diabolical.
Trickle down paperwork.
Trickle down paperwork.
The MLM of paperwork.
Oh no. Gwen, you return back from your outing at the Lockhart estate, and you can catch up with Oleander and Luella back at the Blushing Peony.
It's about time. Oleander, Luella, I need you two to come with me, please.
Oh, do we have an errand?
We're going to go see the Queen.
Oleander kind of like shares the look with Luella and is kind of like, wait, should I be near the queen? Just like that general, should I be near royalty right now?
I don't see the problem. You've been near royalty before.
That was...
I forget it with the princelings too.
That was more of a controlled environment. You know what, we'll just see what happens.
All right. So the three of you can make your way up to the tippy top of the spire, and Gwyn, everyone knows who you are. You gain no opposition to entering on the palace grounds, and you are received at a... It's not a throne room. It's not like the throne room, but it's like where a monarch might have their discussions with their advisors. It's like a round table kind of situation. There's, all sorts of tapestries of major historical events hanging on the walls, portraits of, Cornelius and great kings past, and so on and so forth. And as you are led to this room and you're waiting, first to walk into the room is Captain Horace Fitzwilliam. Gwyn, you know this man. This is the captain of the Royal Guard, a dark-skinned human man, shaved head, pristinely kept uniform, a smattering of small scars across his face where stray blades came just a little too close for comfort in battles past. And he regards you with a courteous nod of his head, a little short bow of recognition, and he'll open the door once again, and in comes Queen Calpurnia. This is a middle-aged woman with dark hair with a little bit of gray starting to show at her roots. She's got a deep tanned complexion, and she dresses very kind of ostentatiously, just very nice saturated colored velvets, and very, expensive looking amounts of fabric draped on her form. And she carries, the train of her dress in her arm, and walks very much with the confidence and the posture that one would expect of a queen. Her head is held very high, and she nods to Captain Fitzwilliam, who gives her a bow as she enters the room, and she looks to the three of you expectantly.
Gwyn will kneel. Queen Calpurnia.
Captain Gwyn.
Oleander will also kind of like he'll go completely flat and then bow. Your Majesty.
She looks at you, gives a nod of recognition.
Luella follows in suit.
Gives you a nod as well. Miss Stalwix, thank you for joining us. And you, she looks at you, Oleander. You are...
Oleander Bloodthorne.
Her single eyebrow raises just a little bit. I see. Well, Captain Gwyn, or is it just Gwyn now?
For the time being, but I am eager to earn myself a new title in the not so far off future.
And what title might that be?
He'll rise up from kneeling. I'm not quite sure, but I aim to have the people place it upon me.
Her eyes narrow at that. interesting to speak of titles and the acquiring of them when you so easily relinquish the one you already had. I'm sure that you of all people understand it is very difficult to procure something out of nothing.
I'm quite well aware, but please understand that that letter was not written in a day. The feelings behind it came through my own set of trials.
God!
I got it. This is the episode that is simply titled Trials of Our Hearts.
Gwyn's silly arc.
The player, he's no longer, I don't have to be like mysterious anymore. I can just be stupid on this character. It's great. I cannot in full capacity hold that position anymore in the name of our kingdom.
Why ever not?
During my time at the trials, I take it you know, between our correspondence as well as what you've learned from Dame Leonora and any other agents you may have had stationed there, that numerous events transpired, endangering the guests, the star, your very own children, and whilst I cannot take credit for uncovering this mystery, that would fall to this man here, Oleander, quite the historian. We've uncovered a potential danger, no, an active danger to its kingdom, the royalty, and its people. And this danger stems from within the castle, within these very walls. And as such, I cannot, in good conscience, hold such a position and push for the kind of change I would need to make.
She furrows her brow, looks to Captain Fitzwilliam, gives a little gesture of her head, and he goes to the door behind her and locks it. And she regards you again. I think you had better explain yourself. I did exactly as you asked. We are, for all intents and purposes, alone in this room. I brought only the man that I trust most, aside from my family. You tell me there is a mystery, a conspiracy within these walls, but you will not trust my husband with it, your king, nor my children, the future rulers of Wishbourne?
Your children were endangered during these trials. Had I brought them in here, brave as they may be, I feared they would only hasten their own. They would hasten to the hazards around them. And your husband, the king, is the very reason why I need to speak to you alone. For he is the one where all this danger stems from.
These are bold accusations, Gwyn. I think you had better explain.
As I said before, these discoveries were not made by just me. I would like to give the man of the hour himself the chance to put forth the evidence and history that he has uncovered, as Gwyn will turn over to Oleander and look at him expectantly.
Oh no.
Rise, you fool! Roleplay! This is the payoff! You spent all campaign taking notes! This is your moment!
The queen's icy stare shifts over to you, Oleander.
Oleander kind of like shifting a glare onto onto Gwyn momentarily. Is like, oh, okay, just throw me into this fire. He stands very proudly, takes in a deep breath, and moves over to the table. And I'm not sure. Did I say I sent Dame Leonora back her books?
I don't think you sent the books. You did send her an apology, though.
Okay, we'll say I kept the books.
Yeah.
Oleander takes a deep breath. And he like turns back to Gwen and is like, are you sure? And then not even waiting for an answer, he will begin taking out his books. I, as a historian, have been thrown into these trials through my own discovery. And through the continuing research I have made and through the friends I have made, we have discovered, as what Gwyn says, a conspiracy coming from within the castle. A poison, a plague that is spread from the throne itself. And he will, opening up the books that show Cornelius and like the mishmash of faces, and also he takes out all of his notes. Not the notes that says he has a dagger, but most of the notes that are immediately related to the current events at hand. Queen Calpurnia, we have discovered through past events that your husband is not who he claims to be. He is not only King Bastion, he is also King Marius, King Cornelius, and presuming that he is immortal and not any other means, like body snatching or some strange alchemy, he has presumably we didn't get. I'm sorry, like I'm like so worried because like we did not get Essie's okay. That your husband has achieved immortality and has been the same person for 3 whole generations of this kingdom, and this kingdom hasn't actually changed hands, and instead has been ruled by the same person who wishes to keep his rule for eternity. And that he wishes to claim the star for himself and keep this rule going, which in turn would endanger you and would endanger your children. And like he specifically motions to the portraits, to the ledger that not his notes on the ledger. And the unfortunate proof is, some of the unfortunate proof is that there is a sword made entirely out of crystal that has been passed down in this family. A sword that I saw myself. For Alto had grabbed it for the trials, presumably. And I'm not sure about you, but there's only so few uses a crystal sword would have.
she's quiet for a while. Her expression doesn't change, but you see her eyes shift and move as she is considering everything that you were saying, following, where directed to look at the portraiture, the notes, the ledger, so on and so forth. And she finally looks up to you. You realize how utterly ridiculous this all sounds.
Unfortunately, I am the most informed of that, yes.
Mr. Bloodthorne, if I may speak with perfect frankness, I do think you've been reading a few too many of Mr. Reeves' rag sheets.
Your Majesty,
Miss
if I
Stalwix,
may,
please, I would much rather listen to a voice of reason.
well, as voice of reason, I must say that everything that my companion here has put forward is the truth as we know it, as well as is corroborated circumstantially thus far, but I am sure more evidence will be found soon, that it would seem numerous generations of royal birth records do not exist.
Do not exist. How could such a thing be possible? Unless your staff
They never did.
have sticky fingers, or perhaps damaged them, burnt them, destroyed them.
And why would my staff do anything of the sort? Unless...
Troublemakers.
You think I would hire such troublemakers?
I think anyone is capable of making a mistake, even you.
Luella is going to purposefully make an obviously feigned show of being hurt greatly.
And how, dare I ask, to even entertain the thought, how is it that my husband has come to be immortal?
How would one generally become immortal?
She looks to Oleander's notes about the crystal sword, particularly. What you are suggesting is monstrous. My husband's family was the first to devote themselves to stars, to gain through their hearts not through barbaric rituals, but by love. And you mean to suggest that he would so willingly tarnish that reputation, that lineage, for his own selfish gain?
Would seem, per all of the evidence, that that is exactly what he has done.
And then you implicate my son to attempting the same horrific act.
In regards to that, I do not believe that your son has done anything of that sort.
Of course he hasn't.
Your daughter, on the other hand,
What about her?
there is significant evidence pointing towards somebody placing blame towards Alto. And eyewitness accounts of numerous situations that seem to line up, suggesting certain motives and certain actions taken around the time of this crime. Or attempted crime, thankfully.
So, you accuse my daughter of attempting to kill a star with nothing more than hearsay.
Might I ask something, Your Majesty?
You may.
I believe Alto was entrusted with a particular item of note, a sword.
Yes, his father's blade.
Have you seen him carrying it recently? Has it found its way back into the armory?
No, he carries it on his person.
Does he?
Yes. He was quite proud to have received it.
In the last couple of days?
Yes. I have seen him.
Luella's gonna give the other two a look.
Out of character, is this implying that that's not Alto?
I would say it's more likely that they're using a sword that looks like the one, or that there are multiple swords.
Or that they just placed the broken sword in the scabbard.
That is true.
Could we, for the sake of this investigation, inspect the weapon that remains? The one in the scabbard?
You mean to say that you are unsure as to its significance in your investigation?
No, but... Sorry, out of character. I'm having trouble following. Could someone else continue this line of questioning?
We are implying that it is significant and rather interesting that it is supposedly in the state that it is currently in, as we have something that would suggest it would otherwise not be in that state.
Miss Stalwix, I understand that in your line of work, you must weave together the correct order of words to manipulate people. I would have to ask that you speak very frankly with me.
Out of character, we still have the broken weapon, right?
You have the piece, yes.
Yes.
The shard.
Which one of us had that?
I think it was you.
Yeah, Damus entrusted it to you, right?
I thought it was Topaz.
I actually, full disclosure, I don't remember which one of you it was given to.
Let's say
someone's got
passed
it.
around like a hot potato. Here
Someone's
you go.
got it.
You know what? For the sake of the plot, I will say I have it because I thought we left it with Dame Leonora because she was the one who got stabbed, but I thought it was either Topaz or Dame Leonora or Gwyn.
Well,
Actually,
assuming we followed up on it right, it would be here in this moment. I think we'd all agree on that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The dagger is produced through some means.
Hammer space, my butt.
Oleander
Not
will
dagger, but the
take it
shard.
Oleander will take the shard out of his bag and produce it. And I believe this looks familiar to you.
She takes a handkerchief out of the front of her dress and accepts the shard that way so her hand doesn't directly touch it. And she looks at it inquisitively. Difficult to say. From what I see, this is something that could belong to any blade. Finely made, I'll grant you that, but I'm hardly convinced that this is one and the same.
A character. That fragment that we gave her, that's very clearly crystalline in nature, though, right?
So, as a reminder, it is a form of crystal that was fashioned to very much look like steel. So, from an undiscerning eye, it could just look like metal.
Does Oleander know an immediate way to be like, this is crystal, let me show you?
Why would you be mean to the queen? we are gonna end up on a guillotine, brother. But you know what? Go for it.
No, he's not gonna do it meanly, but like, we kind of need to prove that it's the sword, don't we?
I will say, if you wish to convince her of its crystalline properties, make a persuasion check to point out its different characteristics.
Can Luella help in any way?
Yeah, you can help. So, you can roll with advantage, Oleander.
I think I might already have advantage from picking it earlier, but I'll
You're
take-
correct.
I'll-
You're correct. So save your helping then.
Oh god, I want to take this back. Maybe
You haven't rolled yet,
Oh.
so
You know what? We need to prove that it's all toes before we prove it's crystal, right?
Crystal's first step. Well, either. Both work.
No, I think crystal being first step makes sense because I was gonna follow up with I specifically had the guards round up every fucking crystal sword they could find in this castle at least. This fragment could realistically only be from one blade.
Okay, advantage, please. 18.
18.
No, wait, that was persuasion, yeah.
Yes. She listens to your explanation, and holds it up to the light, watches the light refract off of it, notes that is not typically how light looks when reflected from a metallic surface, and her brow furrows all the more. I see. Interesting. It does appear to have some crystalline properties. But the blade in question, the blade that Alto possesses, is not of crystal make.
We have inspected it before. It was of this same material. And that I swear to you.
I wouldn't have brought them here if we didn't confirm this with our own eyes.
She looks over to Captain Fitzwilliam, and his expression remains stoically guarded. He's been very quiet this whole time, just in the background. He's just listening. And finding no immediate read on him or his thoughts, she turns back to you three. So, if what you are saying is true, then my husband, for 3 generations, has been lying, murdering, devouring hearts to get where he is. And now my children are in danger, implicated in the attempted assassination of the new star. And are in danger of my husband. So we might continue his reign for another generation. Do I have that quite clear?
Only one heart he has been eating. Over
good.
time.
Just
very
the one.
Not much better, but
That is a relief when you put it like that, Mr. Bloodthorne.
yes, that is all correct.
I see. Does anyone else know about this?
Topaz, Stoneheart, the star themselves. I believe we informed Dame Leonora. Oleander. Gwyn looks at you like if you've told anyone else you should come for. Damus, the trials.
No, I have not told anyone. Not without Essie's permission.
And we informed, out of character was Diamond, right? Because we were staying at their
Correct.
estate.
Mm-hmm.
And Diamond, Stoneheart.
Very good. Small group then. We can't afford a public outcry or panic, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
What are your intentions with this information, Your Majesty?
Captain Gwyn, I have... Since my ascension to Queen, I have never once faltered in any of my decisions. I like to think that, alongside my husband, I have done an adequate an admirable job at ruling my people. I do not know what to make of this.
This system that you've ascended in, this system that has allowed you, granted you so much power to do so much for these people, has also proven to be a system susceptible to corruption, to an evil that even you were unaware of. By no fault of your own, we were all raised to believe in this monarchy, to have faith in those who hold its power. But if this perversion of this system has gone on for so long with only a recent attempt at abolishing it, at fixing it, I cannot support a monarchy like this. And out of respect for you, as I find that in my years working here, you were the one I respected the most for their work, I intend to use this momentum, this need for change to change the very way Wishbone works.
Captain Gwyn, that title you mentioned before, what title do you seek?
I do not wish to take this kingdom by force, through blood. I do not crave a crown if I must climb a mountain of bodies to achieve it. I know not what title awaits me, but I know that through my efforts, through the changes wrought by myself and those dearest to me, in this new land that we will usher in, the people will look upon me and grant me a title befitting of a leader for them. And in achieving such a power in such a way, there will be no room for subterfuge, no confusion, no hopelessness in the face of authority. I would like the power to inspire people to believe that their choices, their strengths, will still contribute to this kingdom regardless of who is in power, and that they can use those very traits to strip away that power or change it as needed.
She looks at you, and you know, in your years of working with Queen Calpurnia and working under her, that she had a high degree of respect for you and your work as well. And this look that she has on her face now is one of regret. And she turns to Captain Fitzwilliam again. Captain Fitzwilliam, kindly arrest Captain Gwyn, please. And that's where we're gonna end session tonight.
What?
Huh?
I roleplayed a little too close to the sun, you guys.
I feel like this could have been foreseen.
Not me saying, hey man, the monarchy...
You did kind of make it sound like a power grab.
Oh,
Just
but it
saying.
was so good.
I
It
don't want
was
to be
so
a king.
good.
I want to be a person chosen by the people. I don't want to force them to die for me. I want them to choose me.
I want to be an elected official, I swear.
Zoran, grant me strength!
So next episode's the jailbreak, right?
No, Luella's my lawyer. Luella, I want you to speak for me.
I need a phone call. I need a phone call to Luella.
Well, per the written law, it does not say that Gwyn has actually said anything that is treasonous, thusly cannot be jailed for any crimes not committed.
Criticizing the crown is now a crime. They can just pass laws. How is that fair?
Oh, well, what a finale. Thank you everyone for playing. So exciting. Thank you everyone in stream who is watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. Oh my goodness. And oh, real quick, yes, so DM, yes, you did send me a DM silver. What do we got? Oh my gosh, hold on. I need to show y'all this.
Give.
We
silver
have some artwork. We have some artwork. Give me a second. I'm gonna
While he
this in
pulls one up
stream.
really quick, guys, I gotta be so honest. I thought to my head, yeah, no, the queen could probably punish Gwyn for this, but like, we're in the end game. We can't really afford any lasting consequences. Never mind. it just cuts to Gwyn in jail.
look. We've got Davis makeover art.
Oh, baby.
Look at him with his boba and his deep V shirt. Oh my gosh, and his emo gauges. This is excellent. Thank you, Silver. Thank you, Silver. That's
Oh
my
my God, I
boy.
love him.
That's my boy.
It's so cute.
Thank you. Hee-hee. Oh my goodness. What a night. Thank you to players, thank you to viewers. Oh, we will resume in 2 weeks. So that's the 20th. But yeah, we'll oh my gosh. This episode did not go the way that I planned, and that's great. That's why I love this game. So we'll figure stuff out. Tune in next time. Until then, have a very good night, my friends. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves and each other. Good night and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.